Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Tiziru Said. You can call me Diaz. Today, I would like to present my project with a title, Homograph in English Vocabulary. And my ID number is 0925015321, and I'm from class PPE 225, and this is my final test of English vocabulary. Okay, let's start it. Okay, what is homograph? So the definition of a homograph is a word that has the same spelling but it different meanings. Some homographs are pronounced differently while others have the same pronunciation. Okay, a homograph can be challenging for English learners because one word may have different meanings. If learners only know one meaning, they may misunderstand a sentence. That's why learning vocabulary through the context is very, very important. Okay, next. Next is this the example of the homograph. The first is bad and wound. Okay, bad here has the same pronunciation but has a different meaning. The first meaning is a flying mammal, and the second is a baseball stick. Okay, and the second example, the next word is wound. Wound here is not the same as bad because wound has a different pronunciation and also has a different meaning. The first pronunciation is wound. Wound here can meaning is injury on the body, and the second pronunciation is wound. Wound here can meaning to twist something, like turn the valve or something like that. And yep, next. Hello. Next is the example of sentences from bad and wound. And yeah, here bad as a mammal. A bat flew out of the cave at night. Next is bat as a baseball stick. Mulyono hit the ball with a baseball bat. Next is wound as an injury. The doctor cleaned the wound carefully. And the second is wound, turn or twist. She wound the string around the box. And yeah, the below is another example. The first is bear. Bear here can mean can refer an animal, but it can also to tolerate. Next is lead. Lead here can mean to guide, but it can also refer to a type of a metal. Next is tear. Tear can mean a drop from the eye when you're crying, and meanwhile another meaning is to rip. Next is wind. Wind can mean a moving air, or to turn on or wrap, like I said before. And next example is well. Well can mean in good health, and also it can be a deep hole for water, or in Indonesia is sumur. And next is row. Row can mean aligned, and the second meaning is a noisy argument. And next minute. Minute can be 60 seconds, or it can be a very small. Next is bow. Bow can meaning to bend the body, and next meaning is a weapon for shooting arrows. Okay, English from this example, we can know that English learners cannot decide the meaning of a word only by looking at its spelling. They must understand the context of a sentence, and learning homographs is important because they often appear in books, articles, conversations, and even exams. If we only know one meaning of a word, we may misunderstand the whole sentence. Okay, next. And yeah, this is the academic article review, and the article that I've got is a title. The title is "The Challenges of Homograph Among EFL Learners of the College of Foreign Languages." The author is Latifah Hamdan and Al-Hamdi, and year of publication is 2021 in a Journal of English Language Teaching and Applied Linguistics. And next is research objective: the challenges of homograph among EFL learners of the College of Foreign Languages. Next. And this is the summary of the article. So 30 undergraduate students participated in 2 vocabulary tests. The study found that students understood the first meaning of homograph better than the second meaning. Context helped students identify the correct meaning. Yeah, so the purpose of this study was to investigate the challenges faced by EFL learners in understanding homograph. EFL stands for English as a Foreign Language, which refers to students who learn English in countries where English is not the first language, such as Indonesia. And in the study, the researcher involved 30 undergraduate students from the College of Foreign Languages at Al-Baha University. The students completed 2 vocabulary tests to measure their understanding of homograph. The results show that most students understood the first meaning of homograph better than the second meaning. Many of them became confused when the same word had another meaning that they had never learned before. And the researchers also found that students performed better when homographs were presented in complete sentences because the context helped them understand the correct meaning. This shows that learning vocabulary through context is more effective than memorizing only one meaning of a word. Overall, this article provides useful information for English learners because it explains why understanding context is important when learning vocabulary, especially homograph. Okay, next. Next is analysis of findings. Students knew common meanings better, and many students were confused by second meanings. Context improved comprehension, and vocabulary should be learned through reading and practice. Okay. Now I would like to discuss the findings of this study. Based on the research results, I found that many students could understand the first meaning of a homograph more easily than the second meaning. This happened because they were more familiar with the common meaning of the word, but they had never learned it another meanings. For example, Many students know the word wound as an injury, but they don't realize that wound can also be the past tense of the verb wind. Because of this, they may misunderstand the meaning of a sentence when they read English text. Another important finding is that context plays a very important role in understanding homograph. The researcher found that students achieved better results when the words were presented in complete sentences instead of being shown individually. This means that context helps learners identify the intended meaning of a word. In my opinion, this finding is very relevant to English learners, including myself. Sometimes we only memorize one meaning of a word without learning how it is used in different situations. As a result, we may misunderstand what we read or hear. Therefore, I believe that learning vocabulary through reading, practicing, and understanding context is much more effective than simply memorizing words' meanings. This method can improve vocabulary knowledge, reading comprehension, and communication skills. Okay, next. Next is relationship to vocabulary learning. Vocabulary is more than memorizing words. Context helps identify meaning. Reading improves vocabulary. And the last one is homographs improve comprehension. Next is closing, finally. Yeah, this is the summary of the project. Okay, homographs have the same spelling but different meanings. Context is essential to understand the correct meaning. And next is learning vocabulary through context improves comprehension. And the reflection on vocabulary learning. Vocabulary is more than memorizing words. Context helps understand meaning. And this project motivated me to improve my English. And yeah, thank you. Okay, through this project I learned that homographs are an important topic in English vocabulary because one word can have different meanings even though it has the same spelling. This is why understanding the context is very important. Without context, we may misunderstand the meaning of the sentence. I also found that learning vocabulary is not only about memorizing new words, but we need to understand how those words are used in different situations. The article I reviewed showed that students could understand homograph better when they learned them through context instead of memorizing only one meaning. Personally, working on this project helped me to understand homographs more clearly. It also motivated me to improve my English vocabulary by reading more English books, articles, and other materials. And I believe that practicing regularly and learning words through context will help me communicate with more effectively in English. Overall, this project has given me a better understanding of homographs and their importance in vocabulary learning. I hope this presentation has also helped you understand the topic better, and yeah, maybe that's all from me. Thank you very much for your attention, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.